So this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Revolt of the Zombies, 1936. I'm giving this 5 out of 5 stars. I love this flick. It's one of those so good, so bad that it's one of those so bad that it's so good type movies. This is going to be their Adrian mentioned my third one for today. So Adrian gets a 13 divided by 3 out of 3. Overall, I'm giving his mentions 4 out of 5 stars. Decent. I watched it on Ned the Dead's Chiller Theater, which has 3,160 subscribers. Unlike my channel, which has 836, I think. Bummer. We'll have to do something about that. This channel has always been more about quantity than quality, which is why I have very low subscribers. But compared to my son, it's very high. Compared to my son's channel. Anyways, Revolt of the Zombies is a 1936 U.S. horror film directed by Victor Halperin, who also did White Zombie. And it stars Dean Jagger and Dorothy Stone, neither of whom I know about. Dorothy Stone looks pretty decent. One of the earliest zombie films, it was initially conceived as a loose sequel to the director's moderately successful White Zombie. I'll have to go back and put the link to the movie and maybe in the description box, and maybe I can find the trailer, also put that in the description box. Due to a lawsuit, he was unable to promote it as a loose sequel to the moderately successful White Zombie. Although uncredited, Bela Lugosi's eyes appear in Revolt whenever zombifying powers are used. It is the same image of Lugosi's eyes used in White Zombie. When compared to Halperin's previous work, Revolt is generally regarded as a disappointment. That's why I say it's one of those so bad that it's good type movies. The Ned the Dead crew was having difficulty getting through this. There are a lot of filler scenes like walking through a swamp and things like that. But I tortured myself. I watched it all 64 minutes of it, and it was great. Like I said, one of those so bad that it's good type movies. On the Franco-Austrian frontier during World War I, an Oriental priest, chaplain of a French colonial regiment, is condemned to life imprisonment because he possesses the power to turn men into zombies. In his prison cell, the priest prepares to burn a parchment containing the location of the secret formula. General Mazovia, Roy d'Arcy, another actor that I never heard of, kills the priest and takes the partially burned parchment. After the war, an expedition of representatives from the Allied countries with colonial interests are sent to Cambodia to find and to destroy forever the so-called secret of the zombie. This group includes General Mazovia, the guy who killed the priest, a student of dead languages, Armand Lounge, Dean Jagger. He's the He's the bad guy. He's the zombie dude. All right, Englishman Clifford Grayson. That's the comely-looking blondie's love interest. General Duval, George Cleveland, and his daughter Claire, Dorothy Stone. Dorothy Stone looks decent. I like her. Armand falls in love with Claire, Dorothy Stone, who accepts his proposal of marriage despite Clifford, whom she really loves. She's trying to make him jealous. I've done that with a couple co-workers when I was in my 30s. Later, when Claire runs to Cliff for comfort following an accident, Armand breaks the engagement, leaving her free to marry Cliff. Further accidents caused by Mazovia result in the natives refusing to work, forcing the expedition to return to Phnom Penh. Armand finds a clue which he had overlooked before and returns to Angkor against orders. So he gets fired. But he doesn't care because he's super zombie mad. After viewing an ancient ceremony at a temple, Armand follows one of the servants of a high priest out of the temple through a swamp to a mysterious bronze doorway. When the servant leaves, Armand goes to the door to a room paneled in bronze with an idol holding a gong. He accidentally strikes the gong, and a panel in the wall opens, revealing a small metal tablet. He translates the inscription, and he realizes that it is the secret for which they have all been looking. He alone now has the power to make zombies out of people, and he begins with a practice run on his servant before using his zombie powers in an attempt to coerce the fickle Claire in the movie's climax. Okay, so that doesn't really spoil the ending because it doesn't tell what the movie's climax is about. On September 3rd, 1935, Luella Parsons reported that Bela Lugosi was to star in the Revolt of the Zombie. By November, trade papers announced that brothers Victor and Edward Halperin would create a sequel to White Zombie that would be produced by Academy Pictures with no mention of Lugosi. Oh, poor guy. Lugosi got lost another job. The camera crew was sent to Angkor, Indochina to film background shots. Production was behind schedule in January 1936, and no script complete while Halperin's planned on filming in February. The film only commenced production on March 9th, with a shoot completed later in the month. In May, however, the Halperins encountered legal troubles in the form of a suit from Amusement Securities Corporation, a financier of White Zombie. Amusement Securities alleged that its contract for the earlier film gave it the exclusive right to use the word zombie in most motion picture titles. Amusement Security sent letters to theaters who planned to showcase Revolt, warning them not to screen. As the premiere approached, Judge Wasservogel of the New York State Supreme Court ruled that screenings could take place until a judgment in the suit was reached, and appointed Henry Hoffman to referee the case. On June 27th, Hoffman issued an opinion in favor of the plaintiffs, awarding Amusement Securities $11,500 in damages and legal fees, and prohibiting the Halperins from promoting Revolt as a sequel to White Zombie. Kind of like the Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead kind of situation. I think George Romero had the same issue with people using dead in their movie titles. This one, they have an issue with people using zombie in their titles. Anyways, highly recommended. Check it out. I will edit my video to include the link to the movie in the description box, as well as the director's name in the description box. And I just added another one to my list. Let's see what we got. I saw the movie poster for Revolt of the Zombies, and it looked like it was on a double bill with Blonde Savage, which I found on YouTube. So here we go. Next one is Assault on Devil's Island. Then Shoot Fighter 2, 1996. Samurai Cop. Attack of the Mayan Mummy, 1964. The Assassination. The Screaming Skull. Slaughter's Big Ripoff, 1973. The Italian Connection, Manhunt, 1972. Track of the Moon Beast. Tormented. Mackenzie's Island, 1998. Tormented is 1960, by the way. Blonde Savage, 1947. That's my updated list. Bunch of Karate Man stuff coming up, I think. Shoot Fighter 2 and Hulk Hogan movie. Karate Man's on his Hulk Hogan kick. So I'll be watching Hulk Hogan stuff during my movie marathon. I don't think I can get to a fourth one, though, because it's time to cook dinner. He gets beef brisket, and I get ramen. What do you want to drink? What do you want to drink?
Blood orange.
Blood orange. All right. So that's the end of my review. Highly recommended. Check it out. Laters.